Heroes of Might and Magic is one of the most iconic strategy franchises in the world. So it won't surprise you to find out that Heroes Olden Era is probably my most anticipated game of 2026. I've been excited about this one, and now I have early access. We're going to explore this game a bit today and find out how it compares to some of its predecessors. Will the Olden Era live up in the modern era? Well, let's go ahead and start up a new game, and we'll find out together. Now, what you're going to do is choose your faction, and there are a few to choose from here. We've got Temple, Necropolis, Grove, Hive, Schism, and Dungeon. Thus far, I've tried a game with the Temple, Necropolis, and Grove faction, though surprisingly from the demo, it looks like Schism and Dungeon are currently the fan favorites, which I was not expecting, but they seem quite strong. Temple is probably the easiest to understand if you are a brand new player. They're not necessarily the most powerful, but they're simple enough. Necropolis is the one I was expecting to do for this video, but I haven't quite figured out the pacing with this faction. They're a little harder to snowball than I have been expecting, so I need some practice with them. Instead, let's try playing with the Grove. I don't expect most people will be trying this faction out immediately. They are elementalists, naturalists, and druids. Could be pretty good for us. Now, once you choose your faction, you then get to choose your hero, and there are a lot to choose from. They are sorted up into martial-type characters and casters. Every single one of them has their own different attributes, starting armies, and special abilities or spells to make them unique. I'm going to try playing with Ginger Tail. Fawn growth goes up, plus they are faster in their attack, have more HP, and can do more damage and have better defense. Seems pretty reasonable for a starting unit. Hopefully we can make them incredibly strong. There are a lot of different maps that you can pick from, ranging from rule sets that have only one hero to a bunch of different heroes, different victory conditions, and so on. I'm not going to mess with that. This seems perfectly fine. And I am going to be playing on a normal difficulty just for now. This is one of those games where I don't think you should just rush to the hardest difficulty. You need to feel out a Heroes game. Get a good sense of how to build your intuition, read the map, understand what units work well with others. Start simple, work your way up. Though one thing I will say, the game by default is set to a multiplayer AI setting. I do not recommend this for new players because it means the AI is going to try to rush you with a similar timing that you would find in a real multiplayer game. So that's a good way to get slapped. Let's go ahead and bring that down to normal for now, and then we'll just up a bunch of different animation speeds. Okay, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Let's begin. And here we go. I fully expect to lose this game, but let's have some fun, shall we? First off, can we please appreciate this game looks gorgeous? Lots of eye candy. It's amazing. All right, now if you've already played Heroes games, you probably will recognize a fair bit of what's going on. A lot of the classic strategies and layouts still apply here as you would normally expect. For new players, though, let me give you a very quick rundown. So we have our armies who will be able to move around on the map, capturing different points of interest, resources, and fighting neutral mobs and enemy armies. The goal is to conquer other enemy cities and destroy their heroes. That's how we're going to win. You'll need to build out your own cities in order to make that work. If I were to go to, let's say, this city right here, we can see we have gold, lumber, ore, gems, crystals, mercury, and alchemical dust in order to develop out buildings and train up new units. So if I want to go over here, for example, we can see what kind of things we can work on. Oftentimes, the best strategies are to boost up your economy early on. Going for things that get you extra gold in particular is very nice because it lets you buy all sorts of other things. But there's other stuff you shouldn't neglect. So for example, everybody has unique buildings, in our case, Mother Nature. Our heroes, if they visit the city, get extra spell power attribute stats. That's not bad. We've also got guilds, mage guilds, that can give you some spells. And then there's a bunch of different recruitment buildings, so you can make sure you have units every single week. Of course, they do cost you money, so that's where you need the economy, but getting this built up early is great, especially if you want to rush some of the top tier units. I'm going to go ahead and grab some Grove Palaces, though. Now, this is going to lead to something kind of interesting. We will get some extra gold, law, and astrology points per day, and we can also boost something up even further. What the heck do these mean, though? Gold is obvious, but what's law and astrology? Well, first off, let's just go ahead and choose some gold here for now, just for the sake of it. Gold and astrology are little things down over here. We'll be building up some points, some experience over time. If I click on the Magic Observatory, we can see we have a bunch of different spells, which we can unlock at the cost of some resources. But if you want to get some really high-level neutral spells, for example, you would need to have some of these points built up in your observatory. That includes things like Second Wind, a Town Portal Scroll, lots of good stuff. Some of these you can't learn right away, but they're very powerful spells, and you want to have points available. Laws, on the other hand, are kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a talent system unique to every faction. As you build up some points, you can do things like get extra resources right up front, and then you have, like, let's say, extra gold per day. Or your heroes gain all knowledge, you get more units in your fawns and they do something special, etc. There's a lot of really powerful laws down here, so you have to decide, do I want to go for a really strong economy with enough gold to keep fueling my army, or do I want to start focusing on getting a lot of laws or spells? And that's going to depend a bit on your playstyle, but it's an interesting choice you have to make. For me, one of the first things I want to do is hire up a second hero. This is a classic strategy from the other Heroes games. It still applies here. Having extra heroes off the bat means you can send extra units to your main hero so they can go fighting, and then having more presence on the map, exploring, gathering resources for you is a very, very strong strategy. Also, this character gets me extra crystals per day, which, yeah, I guess that's probably a good thing to have. So, okay, we'll just do something like this. Let's not forget, by the way, to recruit all the units that are currently available, so I have as many fawns here as possible. And then one other thing I'm going to do, which is another old strategy, is we're going to be breaking up a unit into a bunch of small stacks. I'll explain why when we get into actual combat. That's just a thing we're going to do. All right, let's go ahead and start exploring and looking for things to kill. We found a windmill, which gets me some random resources once per week. We also found a sawmill. I do want to start generating some lumber every day, so we'll go ahead and capture that, grab some extra stuff. There's a learning stone, but in order to get to that, I have to do an easy battle against some trogs. Sure, let's go ahead and get into our first fight. Now, they want to run away. No, we're going to destroy them, partly because I know this is a safe fight for us, and I want to get some XP. Now, you can rearrange your units as much as you want at the very beginning here. We'll go ahead and do that. What I typically will do is I will set up a bunch of little one stacks up here. These are going to be my little meat shields. Hopefully we don't need them, but I just kind of protect some of my more vulnerable stuff in the front. So when we get into a combat, there's first a deployment phase, and then you can see we have basically a turn order combat based on initiative, and then you can have your units with their different speed, attack, defense, and so on. So right now, these little guys, I don't actually want them to move. I'm going to go ahead and skip all their turns. Then we get to our range units over here, these fawns. Now, range units can attack anyone on the map at a distance, though they do less damage the further away they are. That's fine, though. Let's go ahead and take a quick shot at these guys, and oh, look, we just killed 12 of their 21 trogs, or 20 trogs, right up front, which is great. And then these guys are going to sit tight. Now, your units can do one movement or one attack. That could mean spending their movement getting up to them and then attacking, but make sure that you actually hover your mouse over them. You see that little sword icon, and then think about which cell you're going to attack from. It's very easy, I find, in this game to accidentally click here instead of on the unit. They waste their move, and now they're in danger and not actually attacking. That's happened to me a few times. I've learned that the hard way. Just be careful where you click, I guess, is my point. Anyway, I don't want these guys doing anything. I want to go ahead and just kill off these trogs. Let these guys come to me for now. So why do I have the meat shields? Well, because I know they can only do one attack at a time. I might as well set it up in such a way where they waste their entire turn killing one little guy, and the rest of my stacks are still free to move around and kill them. It seems like the better way to go. So they're all just going to sit tight while we just go ahead and harass them. They're all dead. I lost absolutely nothing out of the arrangement because I used my range units effectively. Now, some people might say, that's not very sportsmanlike. Well, guess what? This is the strategy that almost everyone uses in Heroes of Might and Magic. It's just too good, I'm sorry. What can I tell you? Alright, so we have leveled up with our character. We can now pick up some different skills, and you can see we have a few things here. You can pick up whichever of these random ones you want. Some are very good. Obviously, it's nice to have some economy skills and stuff like that. But one thing I want to draw your attention to that's really important. Your characters have a special class. In my case, Gingertail is a Warden. If I hover over here, one thing we're going to see is this Might hero can level up into a couple of different types of specialized classes, Wellspring of Vigor or Fortune's Favored. Which one you get depends on which skills you get, and you can only have 8. If I want to be a Fortune's Favored, look down at the bottom. Those 5 symbols, those are skills I need to get. That means I can pick 1 extra freebie up, but the other 5 would have to be dedicated. You don't have to go for a specialized class. They're just really strong if you can pull it off. One thing that's nice is there is a symbol up over here representing which of the classes this skill would apply to, so you don't miss it on the off chance you would have. I'll go ahead and pick up, I suppose, the basic diplomacy and start working in that direction. Is that necessarily what I want? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, but we'll try it. Let's go ahead and find some additional fights. We'll do something like this. This is going to be the exact same thing, except in this case, I know this enemy is so weak, I don't even care about deploying my units. I'll just go ahead and do a bunch of skips, range attack, boom, one more of those, and we're fine. Case in point. See? Alright. This is why range units are considered to be incredibly good and very important in any Heroes game. It is certainly true in Olden Era as well. So we want to use those very effectively. Now, as you continue progressing, though, you are going to get access to some really, really strong creatures. That could include, let's say, some Naiads for us, which is another type of range unit, so they're pretty good. Herbomancers for support, a Killen, whatever the heck this is, and the Mighty Phoenix, our top-tier unit. All very, very, very strong. Now, with Gingertail, we actually just leveled up again, so I decided to go ahead and make Advanced Diplomacy my next skill, so we leveled it up. And as you improve some of your skills, you'll actually get some extra benefits. So in this case, yeah, Advanced Diplomacy now is even more persuasive, but if you look over here, neutral squads will view our army as stronger than it is, increasing the chance they join or flee. Or we could say the cost of them surrendering is a lot cheaper, or more persuasion power in diplomacy with neutral squads. You get the idea. I don't know. I haven't really had diplomacy trigger very often. I'm not sure eloquence is that great. I'm going to take larger than life. I think that's going to be fine. We'll go ahead and move up to these guys. Now, see, here's some units that actually do want to join me. I could pick up some of these Sun's Aegis units. They are a little bit better from the Temple faction. They're alright, but that's a lot of money. And I'll be honest, I don't think I need them. So I'm going to attack them instead and just farm them for some XP. Strictly speaking, though, most people would probably tell you it's really good to just go ahead and take literally every unit you can get your hands on. And there is something to be said about that. Now, these guys are fairly strong, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to burn them all the way down. One thing I probably want to do is just go ahead and get some units up front and ready to go, but this is where the meat shields come into play, because what I'll be able to do then is move these guys into a position where he's surrounded and now he has to waste his turn attacking one unit, and now I'm limiting the damage. Also, keep in mind, most units in this game have a counterattack. So if I were to attack with this unit, he'll get a swing back at me, but he only usually can do that once in a round. So oftentimes it's good to use these meat shields to run forward. I'm going to sacrifice one just to show you. Run forward over here, do damage, and now I've burned his counterattack, so I could send a much stronger unit in here that I care about, and they don't take any extra damage. In this case, I don't really care. I just wanted to make sure you understand how that works. It's a classic hero strategy. Last guy, we'll just go ahead and finish him off. Okay, we're going to lose two of these little fairy sprite things, but I mean, like, they're cheap and expendable. I don't really care. Let's grab these magic gardens over here. That gets me some extra gold or valuable resources. Okay. This character, in the meantime, is going to do something else. We'll hop out of the city and go explore in a different direction, looking for resources that I can grab, like an ore mine. Perfect. Let's grab this now. So we have that generating ore every day. Very important to get your wood and ore online kind of as fast as possible. And that's kind of all I can do on my first turn, at least for the moment, so let's go ahead and end the day. Now, the secondary hero does not exist to fight anything. He exists only to run around and pick things up. So my main hero doesn't have to waste time. It's just the faster way to try and level up a little bit faster here. Yeah, some pretty strong fights along here. Can't quite reach things in the Magic Garden. Could learn a random skill. Might be good. We'll just go and pick it up. We get Basic Logistics. Now, that is a very good skill. Extra movement points on the map. I mean, let's be honest. Movement points are a resource, just like gold. Really important to get as much of that going as possible. So, okay, I'll pick that up. And then back in the cities, what else could we want? We could go for more gold generation. Get some banks and stuff up and running, wouldn't be a bad plan, or we could go for more law points and so on, or we could start unlocking more units, and you can also go for upgrades for units. Now, upgrades are very, very important. I will come back to that in a little bit, though. For now, let's just focus on things like money. I think I would like to go ahead and spend my first law point, going for resource riches, by the way. It's a pretty decent amount of free resources, so I'll take it. Question, by the way, can I get myself another hero? It looks like the answer might be yes. I kind of wish my different cities' taverns would give me different options because I'm not happy with any of them, but fine. I'll take this guy, it's alright. The important thing is I now have another hero who can run around and go and collect things. Now let's talk about something else that's really important to understand in combat. You're going to have something down here called Focus. As you attack with your units or with some passive abilities, you're going to be building up charges. Every few points, you'll get a focus point that I can then spend on some special abilities. So if I look at these little guys over here, these little sprite things, they have an ability here called Leeching Hop. It costs 2 focus points, but what it does is it takes 5 mana from an enemy hero. So when you're fighting other players, if you have a lot of focus point generation, you can sap them of their mana so they can't do anything to you. We also have kind of a global ability that my character can use here called Heroic Strike. If I were to use this, for example, right here, boom, it's just like a free extra spell using up some of my focus points. Every character, every unit is going to have a different set of special abilities. Some of them are very strong. We also should take a look at our spell book. This is something I'm not very good at in the game. I find that I don't really use spells very often, and I should. Every character has a certain amount of mana, in part that is going to be determined by, I think it's their knowledge rating. Spell power increases the power of your spells, but they can give you extra utility or extra stats and turn the tide of battle. So you should be prepared to use these spells. But first, we have to have guild halls in the city before that's going to be very feasible. So I'm not worried about it right now. I just want to make sure you are aware that's important. Okay, so we lose a couple more of these little guys, but who really cares? It's fine. And this means I get access to things like a Summit Automaton, permanently boosting up my defense stat, which makes all my units a little bit more tanky. Now, there are going to be some points of interest on the map, like this Trophy Hunter Den, where we can engage in combat against, in this case, some sort of knight things, and if we do that, we get some extra rewards. Not worried about them right now, though. I'd rather have more units and upgrade them before I engage in that combat. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit kind of weird and risky here, but I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my fawns while I'm at my second city. The fawn huts over here give you 2 different upgrades that you can take. If I move these guys over here, for example, it's easy to see. So it's going to cost me a lot of money, yeah, but we can turn these fawns into fawn archers. Now, what I want to do is show you there's some stat differences and stuff between them. For the most part, it's the same kind of attack, defense, blah, blah, blah between them, but we get a little bit of extra initiative with these fawn archers, so they're very likely to go first, plus they have some more speed, and we can see there's some additional abilities that change up between them. So they all have the living range attack and parry things here, but then there's also sharpshooter. Range attacks will deal full range damage at any range on the fawn archers. That means if we can just keep them in a corner, we can just really rain death upon them. But let's suppose I upgrade these, and I don't like just having these fawn archers. What if I don't want them to even be archers in the first place? Well, there is instead a different unit we could take, and that is the Fawn Warrior, and you can swap between them for free as much as you want. The Fawn Warrior is no longer a range unit. It's a melee character who has some extra damage and increases speed from a special ability. Mainly what they do is they run in, do a lot of damage, and they get the first counterattack off before an enemy even has a chance at hitting them. They're pretty good, they're fast, but I much prefer to have the Rangers, so let's stick with that. So now I've got 60 of these much better archers doing full damage everywhere we go. That's going to make this a lot easier. I could also pick up the basic logistics skill on my main hero, and that's not a bad idea. I mean, logistics is so gosh dang good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. I am going to pick it up. All right, let's go ahead and fight more enemies. Another really important thing you need to know about this game is that you can skip or you wait your turn. So let's say that my character has really high initiative and goes first, but it's in my best interest to let them move first and then I attack afterwards. I can choose to wait and hope they go first. Now, they could wait as well, and then you're just stuck with the same initiative order you had before, but it's a really good way to have some units that stack up to the end of a turn and then at the very beginning of the next turn, so they can do 2 quick succession movements and attacks. It's pretty good. It's something you ought to consider using if you want to get really good at this game. Now, something fun over here, the Tomb of a Nameless Hero. We can get a random artifact, but it curses the plunderer. An overwhelming curse? All my heroes? I accept. I get the Dark Hatchet. Okay. Let's hand this off to my main hero. What does this do? Boosts up my attack by 4 points and then 15% more attack. I mean, okay. I wish I had a way of seeing exactly what that curse was going to do here. For the next 2 days, we lose attack and defense. Okay, good to know. So it's a temporary thing. That's fine, though, because we got a really good artifact. Got a few more law points I can work with. I'm going to go ahead and start boosting up the power of my fawns so that more of them grow in my cities. Also, they'll do more melee damage and stuff like that, which is nice. But yeah, just the more fawns I have, the more archers I'll have, which seems pretty good. Don't go terribly far from your starting zone within the first week of the game, because odds are you're going to want to circle back around, grab some new units, and also grab some spells at your mage guild. But I stepped outside the boundaries a little bit because I saw a gem mound over here, and I'm like, I want to start producing gems every day. That's worth a lot of money. If you played these kind of games before, you probably already know that the game is broken up into multiple days, And then at the end of every week, all the recruitable units are going to reset in your main city. So that's how you keep getting more recruitable units. Let's see, what is this? When a friendly creature waits on their turn, they gain attack, or if they skip a turn, they get defense, which seems pretty good. But I think getting the extra movement up front is nice. I don't want to pick this up because that goes toward the other specialization, and then I'd be locking myself out of getting Fortune's Favored. Now, of course, one strategy you can use in this game is to intentionally take a hero and have them kind of close by the city. And then when you get to the new week, a bunch of new units are recruited, hop them over to this hero, and then run them to the max distance they can handle where another hero is waiting, where they pick up the units, and then move them all the way up to the front line, so-called the Pony Express strategy. It's still effective in Olden Era, just like it used to be. Let's go to my astrology points over here, by the way, and see if we can't unlock something like Second Wind. It's going to cost me 2 of those astrology points, but 1 time per day, I can use an ability that gives me extra movement points, which could be pretty nice for getting around fast, so that's what I'm going to do. I do have to make sure I get 3 points and work my way to that town portal spell, though. Incredibly important if you want to be able to defend yourself against an unexpected siege. Now, I'm at the stage of the game where I'm going to try to start upgrading a few things. So I've got these new Naiads, which are kind of cool, range units and stuff, but I've upgraded them. So we have the Brumal Naiads, which can prevent enemies from restoring HP. Pretty good if we end up fighting some undead, like vampires and stuff. That would kind of suck. Also, a confuse against the enemy and stuff seems nice. Or we can have Vernals, which just are blinking from place to place. I think I'm okay with this one. I also want to go ahead and upgrade these guys, these Iriads. We have a fungal variant, and we have a crystal variant. To me, the crystal is superior here, because it makes it so, first off, all enemies within a 2-hex radius must target this creature, and also, with Crystal Thorns, if I get attacked, guaranteed 1 unit from the attacking stack dies, which is great against really high-level enemies. So now these guys are going to be my meat shields. And then let's go ahead and learn that town portal scroll here. Hero must be at least level 8 to use it. Usable 1 time per day. Yes, please, and thank you. So there's my town portal scroll. Okay. All right. This makes me feel a lot more secure about leaving this area and going outside of the borders. Probably time to start working toward our top tier units. We can go for the Thunder Lair and then the Pyre. Not that I fully expect to get to use these for a little bit, but we might as well start loading up on them. They're pretty interesting units. This Keelan thing, for example, is incredibly fast, so no restriction of movement. It can fly, it's got melee attacks. Also increases its speed and initiative by 2 and HP by 20 and swift strike, if you use the ability, but it takes 3 focus points. So, I don't know. They're really fast, tanky, and do a lot of damage. I mean, that's pretty good. Now we can go ahead and get ourselves the top tier unit here, the Phoenix. Go ahead and recruit those things. So what is this good at? Well, I mean, it's a flying and melee attack unit. Again, Sweeping Strike is nice for adjacent hexes. Embodiment of Fire is immune to all fire spells. And then Awaken Fire here. It's just going to, again, increase its speed, its initiative, and so on. None of this is that exciting in and of itself. It really is once you get to the unit upgrades that you start getting some incredible utility as well as some great stats. Okay, I just learned a really harsh lesson, by the way. Whatever these little frickers are, don't mess with them. They look cute and punchable until you find out that every time you attack one, afterwards you also immediately attack one of your comrades, so when you have really strong units, you just kill your army. Okay, yeah, I learned that one the hard way. Ooh, ouch. Ouch. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little teleporting back home. Besides, it's almost time to get myself some extra units anyway, right? Oh, gosh dang me. I wish there was an automatic every turn save option. I just accidentally, fat-fingered, clicked double through an event and accidentally picked up basic insight for a skill. Which means I'm pretty sure I've just locked myself out of Fortune's Favored. Great. No, and there's no way to unlearn a skill as far as I'm aware. Oh, that makes me mad. I'm tempted to delete the hero just out of spite. Like nothing else, just spite. Whatever. That'll teach me a lesson, I suppose. Let's go ahead and use another one of my faction buildings here. This allows me to travel to a city of any of my choice under my control. So I think that this is a way of basically connecting my cities up, which will be useful when I need to do a bit of rapid repositioning. If I can get a city in another location. I don't know. Can I convert it to my own city type? I actually haven't gotten that far. Let's find out. Whoa, there's another player over here. Hello. Alright, we found ourselves another Grove character. No idea how strong they are really. Looks like they have quite a few units. Not all of which is more than I have, but they definitely have some. More Naiads, more Fawns, more Phoenix. Yeah, this army's probably stronger than I am, even if they're not upgraded. See, this is the thing that's concerned me here. So, like, we're a month into the game. I'm just now getting here to the center, and I have yet to test myself against another player, and then I immediately run into one, and I'm like, ooh, you actually might be stronger than I am. That would be a problem. And like many Heroes games, your first fight, if you lose, like, your entire army, you're not exactly out of the game, but it's going to be really hard to recover. Which is why the teleport scroll is so gosh dang important. So it's probably really not in my best interest to fight this. I probably need to teleport out of here. I'm stuck in a corner right now anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that is exactly what I need to do. Alright, good thing we have that scroll then, huh? Town portal, here we go. Pew! Okay, not gonna catch me, but now I know you're on the way. I need to get some reinforcements, and we gotta go engage. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of blue heroes now running around, and she's splitting her forces in an interesting way. So she's now upgraded her phoenixes. Okay, so I'm maybe a little behind the AI. She's got undead units. Let me guess, she's already conquered one of the AIs, or at least one of their cities, and she's producing their units. Fortunately, those aren't very strong units, so these heroes don't scare me at all. It's the main hero that's my concern. That's fine, though. Let's go ahead and upgrade those phoenixes. So what do we got? The Flaming Phoenix, which is immortal, leaves a pile of ash on death at the start of the following round. Some of the units are removed from the pile, and they can be revived. Good to know. Have to be damaged 3 times to get rid of it. Awaken Fire is the standard Awaken ability, then dispel all negative effects from friendly creatures and all positive effects from enemies. Wow, okay. So a really good removal of buffs and debuffs. And then for you, Eternal Flame, this character automatically restores HP. That could be useful. And then Supernova deals a lot of damage to all enemies within 2 hexes. Sets all the targets on fire. Huh. So removing effects or doing lots of damage? I kind of like the healing, if nothing else. But the stats on the Flaming Phoenix are a little bit better for attack. This one's better for defense. Ooh, I know what the AI likes. I'm not sure which one's strictly better. Maybe the Revival. It's really good, right? Yeah, I feel like I'm going to stick with the Immortal. That just seems like such a very good effect. And now we get up here and see if we can't snag a couple of weak blue heroes before they get back together. Yeah, 1 shot, 1 kill. Bye, hero. Okay, we get all your stuff, and you had items. Quite a few items, in fact. Hello? Boots of Travel. Heck yes, I'll take that. Let's go ahead and do some pony expressing up over here and drop these units up. And just going to really relocate some reinforcements as quick as possible. This is a very old technique, but it works so well. See, we got these units all the way from my capital all the way out over here in 1 round. Now, is it enough to fully reinforce? No, but I mean, like, it's progress. By the way, one thing I haven't talked about here is other uses for things like alchemical dust. So you need this for upgrading a lot of really important buildings like my pyre, but you also can use it to upgrade different items. So, for example, if I look at this Dark Hatchet, I could say, hey, I'm willing to spend 75 dust to upgrade it to another tier here, which I'll do for the sake of demonstration, so it's 4 attack and then 15. Click this, and then now it's 6 attack and then 15, which is pretty great. So we're here in the center of the map, right? I'm trying to follow the roads to see if I can find, like, a city or something. So far not seeing it. Oh, wait, that's it. And it is currently, yes, controlled by blue, and it is a Grove City. Well, that seems like the sort of thing that I need to get in here and take ASAP. Please don't be around. In fact, you know what? Let's actually cast a spellbook so I can do this turn while I know they're not around. That's going to be Second Wind. Cast that. And here we go. That doesn't look like too many units. We should be able to lay siege here. So sieges are fun. I mean, you're going to have a catapult that tries to break open some stuff in the walls. They've also got towers that can do damage. None of that's great for you, but as long as there's not a defending hero that's casting any spells, it could also be a lot worse. Obviously, I don't want them using any ranged spells, so I'll just go ahead and kill some of those off first. Taking a few losses from towers here and there. That was going to happen, unfortunately. And my catapult's not strong enough to destroy these towers, so it's not going to be enough to break anything open here. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and awaken the Phoenix using my points, so now it's stronger. And you're definitely strong enough to run in here and kill a bunch of things. So let's kill probably these big guys over here. Go, Phoenixes, go! Let's find out how good you actually are! The answer should be pretty good. I'm going to destroy these next, and then my naiads should be able to finish off the last one right here. There we go. We lose a handful of units, but I steal a Grove City. I call that good enough. Thank you. Ooh, there's a research laboratory over here as well. Neat. So let's see what this city's got for us. Apparently it's got a few things. Not as much as I might have expected. Okay. Mycelium roots is what I really want, though. I need to get some money, because then I'll be able to start teleporting between my cities. And that's going to give me a huge advantage. So let's pick that up. Okay, so question. How doest I useth this ability, though? Oh, here we go. It's the unique building option right here. So yeah, I can indeed just teleport. This is going to make it so much easier for me to also get all my reinforcements in one place, too. I like it. I think for now I'm going to sit here in this city for this turn, just in case blue comes right back, and then if they're staying away, I'll start exploring a bit more. So we just teleport up over here, yoinkus, then drop off all the units. Holy crud, this is amazing. And then can I teleport you right back? Jeez, dude. Can I just do this as many times as I want? Because that's ridiculous. That actually might just be insanely overpowered. Okay, Grove is really good. The problem as I see it is if you ever lose control of this city, your ability to reinforce disappears. So that could become a problem pretty quick. What about this little portal doohickey over here? Where does this take me? Wow! Hey, we found another thing from blue! It's a city! Screw it, I'm taking it. Easy peasy. Absolutely no problem at all. Cool! We just stole a city! Yeah, what do we do with it? Recruit the undead? No, thank you. I mean, heck, they don't even have vampire lords. It's like, why would I care? Though I will say the liches are pretty good. They're not bad, but meh. I think I just use this for, like, money and stuff. The more important thing was just denying it from another player, which I'm happy to do. Oh, there's blue. Crap. No, don't. Okay, they didn't get to the city. Woo! All right, I should be able to portal right in here. Is that your strongest hero? Because it looked like it might have been. Yeah, that looks like your strongest hero. So if we can take you down here, I think blue is going to be in a lot of trouble. So here we go, our first proper battle. All right, so we spread our units out in case I have like a chain lightning ability. Keep you guys more or less back where it is safe. Something like this will have to be good, I think. Okay. So I get to go first. We see exactly what you've got. Your phoenixes are fast and you have quite a lot of them. That's admittedly a little scary, but not the end of the world. You've got a lot of these Thunder Kieran things as well, and a lot of naiads. Okay. What spellbooks would make sense for me here? What could I do? Extra speed and stuff like that? Yeah, sure, I guess, maybe. I could cast a spell that reduces the power of their phoenixes and naiads. Doesn't seem like a terrible plan. Whoa! Oh, it hit everyone. Okay, I thought it was only going to hit one. That's fine. Cool. We'll go ahead and power up my Phoenix so it is awakened. If I need to use Heat Wave going forward, I can. Otherwise, I'm going to wait and see what you do. I don't know how you just did that damage. You must cast a spell. I couldn't see it. Okay. Well, let's try to do some damage to your naiads so you have less range units to work with. High morale means I get to go again. Beautiful. Thank you. Obviously, the scariest units you have are going to be your Phoenixes. I'm kind of tempted to say I want to kill them. But I also really want to keep plinking away here so I have the range advantage. That said, I think that we do need to kill some of your fast boys. These could be a serious problem for me. So are the Phoenixes, though. Let's go ahead and start plonking away at these guys. Because soon enough, they'll do range damage, but, like, the real threat is their fast movers suddenly hitting me out of nowhere. Yep, here come the fast boys. Okay. If I run in with my fast boys, I can do a lot of damage to these. This is kind of the problem, is like, do I run in and start taking some damage? I don't have stacks that can easily, like, break their counterattack. That's kind of the problem. But if I don't, then they are going to get a chance to hit me pretty hard. I'm going to wait and let them move a little closer, because maybe I can use a really good spell up here in a minute. So you're going to attack me, but I get the counterattack that hits most of your other Phoenixes. We can finish this off, and we absolutely should, just to get rid of you. Okay, that means my Phoenixes can go again. I can actually kill almost all your naiads, so no range attacks, which is pretty tempting. Alternatively, I can get up here and kill some of your Phoenixes and other stuff. Seems pretty good. I probably should do this, right? No, wait, your Phoenixes came back. Oh, right, of course, he's got the immortality stuff. Well, that does make sense. Maybe I will instill a blessing on the Phoenix so that I can then run in. I could go from behind here. But then I'm likely to get hit by you. I'm likely to get hit by you anyway, though. What I could do is... I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I can block some of this. Not easily. I think I will hit you from this direction. I know that puts you in a dangerous spot, but I want to leave a little bit of freedom to move around. High morale means I get to go again, kill those Phoenixes off. No regen for you. Take a guillotine. Okay, going straight for the archers. That sucks, but it's okay. Can we finish you off? No. But I can kill most of you, and that's good enough for the moment. We do need to finish that unit off. Wait, is that the end of your Ash? Like, can you regenerate anymore? Is that it? I think that might be it. Losing a lot of archers here. Not surprised. Let's kill off the rest of these, or do I want to go for this guy? No, we should go ahead and finish these guys off so they stop being a threat. That way I can use range attacks as normal. He's going to plonk at me. So, okay, fine. In that case, we'll just go ahead and hit you a couple of times, kill a few of these guys off. Good. High morale means I get to go again. I love that. I will pick up Awaken Earth on you so that you have extra HP, speed, initiative, plus unlimited counterattacks. That could be useful, and then next time I'll be able to do things like some taunting, if I need to, which I may not. Wham! It's going to hit me, and I lose quite a few units. Yeah, my units don't have a ton of HP. Still kind of hurts. Ow! Don't kill my Phoenixes, how dare you? Good thing I've got Immortal, I'll get some of those back. Okay, hitting me hard over here, no surprise. Can kill a handful of these guys. Not enough, but it's fine. Let's just kill what we can. Alright, high morale means I get another. I love having high morale! This is good. So we'll finish off this group. Well, mostly. And then we'll finish off... I want to kill these guys, but... we gotta kill the Naiads off and just be done with that nonsense. Okay, swarm of bees. How dare you? Swarms of bees, man. Have you no shame? Fortunately, I can't do Earth Shatter right now. They're just barely out of range. But I will pull these guys away, accept their counterattack, and then my Phoenixes will be able to hit. Ow, that hurts. Good God. All right, he moved out of range, which means he takes a bunch of damage. And I'm going to hit him from behind. He's got so many of these Earth Shatterers. I didn't realize they could actually be pretty good. Also, he's still got unlimited counterattacks right now. Yikes. This is hurting. This is hurting a lot, but it's okay. We knew it would, and if we can basically eliminate a player from the game, well, almost, that's pretty good too. Woof. Woof. That's a lot of losses. A lot of losses. But we get a whole bunch of stuff. Yes. Pretty good overall. Pretty darn good. But now we have to lick our wounds and get everything back. Good thing it's almost the start of the next week. Now, the real scary idea is another player could just come out of the woodwork and come kill me. Like that. No! No! You're not allowed! Stop it! Oh, it's Temple, and they've got a lot of units. Angels and griffins and everything. Gosh dang it, Ister! So my only hope is to, what? Go to all of my cities? Somehow get all my units back? I guess so. So we should be able to go to, like, Golden Web, then Cloud Wing, and come back, right? I think so. So we recruit all of these. It's expensive, but it's okay. I'm out of money. No, 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 no! I needed so much more gold than this! Do I even dare go back? Is it suicide? I mean, if so, then I just messed up, because I should have recruited from here first, so that if they conquer the city, they don't get anything out of the arrangement. Crap. We'll garrison it, but I got a bad feel. Here comes Blue again. No, no, no! Okay, well, I didn't have any defenders, so that's what that is. It's fine, we can retake this stupid city later if we want to. Here he comes. Oh, God. So, what are you gonna do? Well, I got the fast movers. I can get in there and try to do some damage, but it's nowhere near enough. Can try using some of my towers, though. See if we can't get a few things killed. It's not much. Yeah, unsurprisingly, these towers don't do a lot. All right, well, we can go ahead and hit your range units. They're gonna launch something with their catapult. They're trying to use lots of range attacks and spells. If I can find a way to kill their rangers, there's not a lot they'll be able to do against me, at least until the walls start breaking down. Let's go ahead and awaken these guys so they'll be able to do even more damage if necessary, and then we just want to kill as many of their archers as we can so that they can't hit me as hard. They do have another range unit with these light weavers up here, but right now that's kind of okay. Sort of. Scary angels can throw holy spears. Well, what do you know? All right. All their archers are gone. That's good. They're killing all my archers in the meantime, but I mean, like, you know, what else is new? Let's see if it can't kill a bunch more of these little Lightweaver folks. Boom. That does a bit. Still isn't able to break through the wall yet, using lots of spells. Ow. They've got flyers in. Okay, we kind of knew that was going to happen eventually. Towers are doing their job, though, which is great. Let's finish off their griffins. Okay. And now you guys are set up in a position where I could start flaming you with my phoenixes, which is very tempting. But I don't want to lose these phoenixes. Still, we get a couple of different attacks. All right, we have to get in here and see if we can do something to them. Burn that. We get a counterattack. We lose one. That's fine. We get another round here in a second. Let's go for an attack from behind like this. So that burns a bunch of them. Cool. We got a lucky strike out of the arrangement. Hold on. We need to start killing off more of these guys. And then I can do another big flame attack here, but I will probably lose the Phoenix in the process. Nonetheless, it's probably worth it. High morale means I get to go again. Okay. That AoE is adding up pretty nicely right now, I'm not going to lie. Do this again. No counterattack. Say goodbye to all of them. Alrighty. The Angels are still the thing that scares me, but we're starting to hit them pretty hard. Rangers. Do we finish off these guys? They don't do a lot of damage. They're just going to tickle me at this point. The real killers are what? These guys? And then the Angels. Alright, let's start knocking these guys down before they kill all my frontliners. Alright, they finally broke through the wall. Yeah, that worked out so well for you, didn't it? Ow, that Angel, man, really freaking hurts, dude. Really, really hurts. Only a couple left, though. Can my archers finish this guy off? Not quite. Barely. Oh, high morale. We get another shot. Holy crud. Okay, I lost so much in this fight, but we've now dealt with 2 main armies in the game. Ah! Oh my gosh, you had a lot of loot too. There is legitimately not enough gold on the map to sustain my needs here right now. Oy, oy, oy. If the other player comes along right now, I'm actually straight out going to die. What's in these research labs? Nothing there. Oh boy. I've got to get gold somehow, man. So what's in here? A normal battle against... Oh my god, are those 3-headed bone dragons? I don't want to fight that. I don't want to fight that at all. No. Hey, I see you there, Blue, with your little undead army. Get back here. I'm not letting you escape. Absolutely not. Oh, God, it's green. You can't be serious. No, no, no. I can't fight 3 armies back to back. It's not fair. No. There goes Blue again. Holy crud, how do you have so many other units again? Oh, no. I think I'm doomed. Please just leave me alone. Please just leave me alone. I beg of you, please just go away. Okay, they've sat still for some reason. They don't want to leave. You know what I need? Diplomacy. That's what I need. Diplomacy would be great right now. Let me buy you out. Dang it! And here we go, getting attacked again. Oh, boy. I think this might be it, folks. Whoa, what was that? Oh, that's cool. Well, all of you are going to do a lot less damage, because frick you. Going to start crushing some of these little guys. Maybe lose a Phoenix or 2. Let's see what he does. He's going to hit me over here. Counterattack from these guys is proving to be very strong all of a sudden. Not sure how that suddenly happened, but it's great. Give me more of that, please. And stop targeting my archers. It's hard enough to get enough of those fawns. Okay, that's another big army that's about to get destroyed. Good God, dude. How am I still alive? Legitimately, how am I still alive? There's green. Come on! Do I even want to try to defend this city? Yes, of course I want to try. Don't do it, green. Don't do it. Go kill other things. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Okay, we're good for another turn. Now I can get reinforcements. Jeez, dude! I'm seriously this close to being like, forget it. Let's just lose the middle, and I'll just go take everything else, and with enough economy, we can just go ahead and outbeat this. And maybe that is the right answer. Maybe I've got what I need at the start of a new week, and I should just be going other places and taking other cities. That might be right, actually. Just working my way down these roads, desperately looking for another player that I can take their capital while they're not around. Okay, I might have found the homeland of Blue down over here. That's my suspicion anyway. It looks like a grove area. Found it. We can take this. There we go. Take the city. Take a few losses, but not a very big one. Okay, that's huge. There are some units we can recruit here, but not a lot. You've got almost everything unlocked. Well, isn't that nice? Let's go ahead and get the Mage Guild Tier 5, so now I have all of those. Let's teleport a backup hero down over here so they can start doing the exploration, sieging all of the useful materials. I'm going to sit here with my main hero because I can get a bunch more units next turn. Okay, we're about to have 3 cities once again providing me grove units, and I can teleport and grab them all at once. Oh, crap, there's another blue city over here. Oi! Okay, I didn't know that. Although in hindsight, that does make sense, because we have 2 cities in our starting zone as well. I know a big blue army is on its way over here, so okay, this at least maps out a big chunk of the map. But I don't feel the need to go and fight this right now, so what would be better then is to once again town portal. We can kill this other blue hero here, and then we need to get down over here to grab this city. So the next goal, I think, is with these cities and mycelium roots all connected, can we maybe go for the center again? And if so, I can use the portal to make that happen. So I just want to see if green walks away, and then we can go and retake this. And yes, I'm trying to save up a lot of money with the expectation that I'm going to need to build a really big army soon. Hey, that was a really dumb place to park your hero. Surprise! You're going to die. Thanks for all your items, as if I need them. Hey, look, the city is literally free. Grab mine. Oh, blue's actually been removed from the game entirely. Ha! Even better. I don't see any other green heroes around, so I'm kind of wondering if now's a good time to just run in here and try to kill this person. Or do I wait and see if they come to me? Ah, okay, so these guys actually are attacking me, so he thinks he can handle this. All right, that makes me a little bit more concerned. So what do we have to work with here? We have the Hive Huntress, we've got the Pyroboros, Menacing Reavers, Stingers, Scorpions, Locusts, Parasites. Only one of these guys are ranged, which means that's probably one of the things I want to kill first. I could do a giant black hole spell. That'd be kind of fun. Kill a lot of their units off. I mean, I've got big scale magic now, right? Like, I got the big boys. Big, scary, interesting spells. Let's try to kill off the remainder of your range units. Boom. And now all you can do is cast spells at me and try to break my walls, right? I am going to pop in here with my Phoenix. Burn all of these guys. Perfect. And now I can choose to retreat if I want to, which I will. Why not just do a hit and run tactic? Seems effective. I'm gonna steal your mana, too. Because screw you. And now you're stuck and you can't do anything. Oh, this feels fun. So let's just go ahead and do a heckin' black hole on you, because that also sounds fun. Whoosh. And now we finish you off. Okay, that was easy. Green, not so bad. Another week complete. Just saw orange. They are close to the center, so they're heading toward me. If I want to finish them off, that wouldn't be a horrible idea, and since it's a new week, we can go ahead and get a stupid amount of reinforcements. So let's plan on doing exactly that. Main focus, honestly, is going to be things like the Fawns, the Naiads, and the Phoenixes, and the Killins over here. Everything else is nice, but not strictly required. Unfortunately, that already burns through my, 100,000 plus gold. And that's just with 3 cities. Gosh dang, it is, it's hard to sustain enough money for this many cities. Still, I do think this is a very respectable army. We've got 23 fire chickens. That's pretty good. So let's go punish Orange and see if we can't knock them down a peg or two. Looks like 23 Phoenixes, though, can easily beat a bunch of Angels. Plus, we have... I misclicked. See, that's what I'm talking about. You accidentally miss the little sword icon just barely, and it's like, oh, forget that. I guess I didn't want to attack. Whatever, it's fine. We barely take any losses out of this, and we are going to obliterate their army. And take a lot of items. Question is, where caneth we findeth your capital city? Where would it be? Probably up in the corners up over here, right? Then again, orange has been dealt with. Maybe we should try to go kill green before I lose too much more. Yeah? I'm gonna go with yes. Let's go up this direction. Okay, there's a green army right there. I'm going to give myself a little bit of second wind to guarantee we catch up, because I do want to go and fight that. That doesn't look like a very large group, so it's a good opportunity. Cast haste on our chickens. We can run up here and probably finish off this entire group in one shot, which I will do. He'll hit me, but I'll counterattack and kill off whatever this stack is, which is happening now. Boom. Oh, wow, it didn't... Wait, it did no damage? Well, how is that possible? Whatever, the chickens can finish him off. Good cone attack. We lose 1. That sucks, though. This looks like the sort of place I would expect to find a green city. Yep, there's their mines and stuff, which I could grab, but to be honest, it's not even worth the movement points. There's a city. It's empty. Question, if I were to cast Second Wind, do I get enough movement points? I kind of doubt it. Oh, it is enough. Okay, grab. Haha, denied you money. There's your hero. Oh, that's a weak one, too. So where do I think your second city is? Probably up this way, if I had to guess. There it is, I think. Boom, say goodbye to that one. And here we go. This should be the last fight with green, and they have been removed from the game. Okay, so now I just got to find a way to kill orange. Let's town portal our way back to the middle, and I'm going to have to take a gamble, but I betcha they're up this direction somewhere. Wait, what are you doing down over here? Hey, wait a minute. Is your city hiding down over here somewhere? Because that would be ridiculous. Well, let's kill them, and then we'll go find out, shall we? Yeah, 43 phoenixes is absolutely insane. Get wrecked. So where's your capital? I know it's in here somewhere. There it is. That's mine, which amazingly reveals the other city down over here. Thank you, so kind. Orange still hasn't been revealed on the map, which makes me think there must be another city hiding from me somewhere. That's not annoying at all. There it is, I think. That looks like it. Oh, there we go. All right, victory is mine. So overall, that took about 6 hours or so to play through an entire game. Not bad. It definitely feels a lot like a proper Heroes game. This reminds me of playing Heroes of Might and Magic 3, you know, back in the day. It's got all the bare bones, all the framework I'm used to seeing, but with a much more modern look to it, as well as some pretty interesting modern mechanics. I like the focus points and the way you have a lot more utility with all of your units. I'm not sure how much I care that much about the Laws Edition, but I will acknowledge they add some depth into the game. You're going to have to decide how much do I value gold versus effectively a kind of talent point, and maybe for certain factions, those are really, really good. I like the way you have to level up your spells. The problem I have with heroes is the same problem I've always had, which is if you don't snowball fast enough and you lose that first main battle, it's really hard to recover. So playing at a maximum difficulty is something that's going to take me a lot of practice, but going into this and finishing out a game, I've now got a much better handle on what this has to offer, and with some practice, I bet you I can get there. It's beautiful. It's really fun. I think this is a great return to the franchise, and I am really excited to continue playing with it. Hope you guys found this video exciting and entertaining, as well as informative. If so, I would ask to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.